We got a big problem, guys. So when we installed this surround, we learned a lot. First of all, when we installed the tub with the plumber, or set the tub, we ran into a lot of just questions, and we were kind of relying on the plumber for guidance. And in the plumber's defense, he wanted to do what we wanted to do, but we don't know what we want. So it's kind of confusing. So we kind of trusted our gut, and when we installed the tub, we just put water in there. There's a foolproof way of making sure that the tub drains properly. The problem is, it didn't drain really that well. I mean, it drained, but it was like taking a while. And I thought, you know what? In a tub in my house, I don't want to have to clean this tub because water just sits in the bottom of it. Not cool. So we ended up shimming the back of the tub up, and in the end, we ended up tilting the tub slightly toward the drain. It drains way faster, and we took the time to level the tub side to side because the floor underneath where the bonded out section was for the trap, I know I'm speaking gibberish to non-construction folk here, but if you go back to the concrete slab pouring videos, you'll see that we put wood into the concrete so that there would be no concrete there. And then we filled that with sand. And the reason we did that is you need a place for the plumbing to come up, and you need room for the trap that goes behind the tub to seal in the trap. When we got all that done, it turns out when we did the slab, the concrete right next to the wood that we put in there, it actually went up slightly. And we should have troweled that better. We should have made sure that all the way around that was nice and flat. Well, being the rookies we are, we didn't do that. And when we set the tub, it wanted to rock on the high spot where the wood used to be. See, we knocked all the wood out, and then we're left with kind of this lip of concrete. Well, I guess we could have taken a grinder to the concrete. That would have worked. And not really knowing what to do, we ended up just using long shims underneath the tub. Now this tub is designed, it has two rails that run the length of the tub that provide the bearing. This is not a cast iron tub or anything like that. It's actually a composite fiberglass acrylic tub. And so it's designed to sit on two long kind of webbed rails. So the shims provided the support to keep the tub from rocking, and they also provided the tilt to make the tub drain super good. Sounds good, right? Wonderful. Until we went to put the surround in, and then something bad happened. So in my ignorance, I didn't think about the relationship between the surround and the tub. And the net result is that the tub is actually lower, obviously on one side near the drain, than the other. But the problem is, you don't want the surround to tilt. You want it to be level. For two reasons. One, you don't want water to collect in these low spots in the corners of these shelves and things. And two, the door mounts to this surround. And so we want the door to sit nice and level, right? The problem is the tub's not level. I end up with a very narrow bead of caulking along here and a disgustingly large and embarrassing bead of caulking along this side. What happened was we, in our dumbness, measured from the tub lip up to the fixture, and then we cut a hole. And because that distance was correct, we cut the hole was correct, that hole was correct, we slid it on there, it slid on perfectly, and then we realized by doing that, the surround was now tilting down and following the tub, which won't work. So what did we have to do? The one thing you don't want to do. Drill another hole for the penetrations. So tonight I'm gonna try to get the hardware on the tub so that we have a working shower, and then we'll see kind of how time and energy is. We may try to get the shower doors installed. And in theory, when that's all done, you could take a shower in here. But I'm really worried that we've over drilled the surround, and the fixtures we've chosen won't cover those holes. Like this is happening a lot, but I guess if there's a thing to be positive about, we're learning it from this bathroom. This bathroom is teaching us a lot of lessons about how bathtubs work, how they're set. In fact, if I was to do this again, I'd probably grind the concrete down, or I would use some sort of thin set or concrete or something to actually set the tub in. That's very common. We did not do that. Hindsight, it's amazing. I guess we're happy. We're gonna move forward. It's not unfixable, but it's embarrassing. There, I said it. When we set this fixture, we chose this height for the shower head for a couple of reasons. One, we wanted it out of the surround. We didn't want it down low here. And if you're a taller person and you've ever been to a hotel and they put them inside the surround here and they hit you about the belly button, you know why that's annoying. So we set this height kind of based on standards. I don't even know what standard we used. But it made sense to put the shower head pretty high, and that way it's coming down on top of you instead of kind of spraying at you. Part of that's because our water pressure is not amazing, and we'll just have to kind of see how this works. And here's hoping you can get a decent shower without having to upgrade to a pump and a pressure tank and all this wonderful stuff. We also had to set this shower valve, and we had to read the instructions very carefully because the depth of this valve had to be set appropriate for this surround. If it's set too deep, then the mixing valve handle won't lock on, and if it's set too far out, the escutcheon that goes on here would actually set away from the surround, and you'd have a really big problem like that gap right there. And then this guy's pretty simple. This, we're simply going to cut to the correct length, and then we're going to put the spout on here, and it just has a locking screw that holds the spout on, and it's pretty low tech. We had a horrific time getting this shower hardware. We ordered this off of Amazon because we liked how it looked, and we were able to find a matching faucet for the vanity, and all that sounded wonderful, right? Well, it turns out that the product we were ordering was actually like a refurbished product, but we didn't realize that until long into this process. So we received the first one, we opened it up, went to put it together, and there was parts missing. We thought, well, that's fishy. So we sent it back and said, all right, we canceled the order, we ordered another one, and it came, and there was different parts missing. We're like, what in the world is going on? But both boxes showed damage, and they'd been zip tied and other things. So we've ended up keeping some parts from one box, some parts from another box, and sending the rest of the stuff back to the seller with a note saying, hey dude, your stuff sucks. The good news is we've got what we think is all the parts to make an entire shower. And gosh, I sure hope that's true. So there's the escutcheon and the mounting plate. And here's the mixing valve handle. And then we've got the shower arm and then the shower head. Looks like we got some mounting hardware and a few pieces that go to the valve. Trying this for like the 6th time now. See if we can get this to go on here. Well, that might have been progress. Yep. Okay, I'll say it, this design sucks. So that's on there. I guess you're just hoping the rubber seal's doing its job. Everything's doing its job. This kind of has me worried because according to the instructions, I see 1, 2, 3 washers or O-rings or something, and there was only one O-ring in there. Our plumber did tell us that he really wasn't a big fan of Kohler. Doesn't mean a lot to me because I don't know, but his experience was this part here, not very fun. Anyway, I guess we'll test it and see if it works, and then we'll know, right? Wow, that's on there tight. Okay. did I put those? It's probably a little overkill. Let's see. A pair of channel locks. Oh yeah, there she goes. I just realized that, well, I guess this won't leak because there's no water to it, because the valve's not on. So actually there won't be any water in the wall. There's that. So I think it's a good idea to run water through this whole thing because we've never really purged this portion of the system since we hooked it up. So there's probably quite a bit of grit and stuff in there, and I don't think we really want that in the shower head. So this will be a good chance to test the spout first. If everything goes good there, we'll pull the little levery thing up and we'll see if water comes out of there until it's clean. Make sure that's off. Make sure that's open. Oh boy. No. Oh. That went pretty good. What do you think? Should we try the big one up top? Not that one. That one? This one. Oh, wow. Boy, guys, if I didn't know better, that looks like a shower! Should we tell Alyssa, or should we keep this for ourselves? Maybe we should take a shower, then tell her. That'll work. This next part, this really intimidates me. Not gonna lie. I'm not thrilled about trying to figure out how to install shower doors. I've never done it before, and we didn't exactly pick the easiest shower doors to install. So I've watched their training video. Hey look, I found another washer. I think that fell out of the tub spout. Okay, well that's kind of making sense now. So these shower doors are curved, and they match the curve of the tub. I think what we liked about this tub was that it was fairly compact, but it felt roomier. We were originally going to put a corner, I think it's called like a Euro or a Neo. It's called a Neo shower. And it's like a corner, and it was gonna be curved and super trendy, but we stood in one and we're like, dude, this is tiny. This is as bad as the RV. That's what we're thinking. Like, no. Let's not build a $10,000 bathroom that's basically the same as the RV. We found this guy. The curved tub was nice. Felt a little more roomy sitting in the tub if you want to take a bath. And then the curved doors, they look good, and I think they also add a little bit of feel. Of course, the plan B would be to put a curved shower rod and then just use a shower curtain. A lot of people on social media were like, no, don't do a shower door. They're horrible, they're hard to clean, they're annoying. Well, here we go. Oh, that was heavy. So there's our wall templates. These don't look heavy. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh. That's the water dam. These are the door seals. And then here's all the hardware. Alright, first thing, they say we have to be 58 plus or minus a quarter. Oh, we're 58. Holy cow. That's almost shocking. Holy cow, this could work. Well, there it is. Of course they want the tub to be level because I think we're gonna put a door guide on the bottom for the doors to slide into, but I think it's not sloping enough to ruin that. Wait, I take that back. They've totally anticipated my stupidity. Check it out. So they want you to put a level on a board, and they want you to mark a level line, and that way the doors are level. Ha! Ha ha! See, they knew some dumb idiot's gonna buy their shower doors and make a mess of it. So we need to put a board in here that's 58 inches and put our level on it, and they want us to mark a line on, I'm guessing, the spout side, duh, and that's what we're gonna use to set our door template on. That I can do. It's not as out of level as I thought it was. So here's the amount that we're out of level here. It's probably a fat quarter. We've got our level line with the bottom of that blue tape. I know they've built adjustments into the doors to take into account things that aren't quite exact, so here's hoping we're right there. So far, I would say that these cardboard templates are a laugh. I mean, like, sure, it's a template, I get that, but I mean, come on. So this is all siliconed, and of course there's a little bit of silicone right here, so of course nothing will stick to it, right? Super annoying. So I've done the best I can, but getting this cardboard to lay flat take me all night. Doesn't look much different, right? But they actually close a lot smoother, and they're tight to the guides. They have like these retainers that keep the door from flying off if you decide to hang on it or do monkey bar stuff on it. And then I also adjusted everything to fit nice and tight to the wall. Once we put the stripping on the side, things will fit nice. And I set the stops on the door. Looks like I need to adjust that one because it hits the wall first. This one is perfect. It comes within about a 1/2 inch and hits that stop right there. Oh yeah, right to the wall. Perfect. I didn't think I could do it. True story. I totally was like mentally just procrastinating on this project because I just didn't think it was possible. Not only did we get it done, it's beautiful. This is kind of what I saw at the retail store where we got this. I thought, man, that's just a beautiful door. And sure, it's doors. There's some tricks to keeping shower doors clean and the tracks and things. A big selling point for me was that there's no bottom track. There's only this centerpiece. And since I know how those doors go on, it's not that big of a deal for me to take the doors off if I wanted to do some deep cleaning down there. But this is just an amazing door system. Uh-oh, the handles rub. Shouldn't be doing that with the doors anyway, right? I cannot wait, one, to show Alyssa. I think she's gonna be bamboozled and she's gonna increase my pizza rations. And two, I can't wait to use this. I think this is kind of something that we feel like fits our home. We feel like a lot of this bathroom has been like chop, 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 chop. We gotta live in this house, go, 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 go. And it shows, it does. We're proud of this bathroom. We've learned a lot. There's some things I'm embarrassed about, some things I'm unsure about, and things I'm pretty doggone proud of. And this shower door is one of those. Should probably clean all the gunk out of the bottom of this tub, huh? 1, 2, 3. Hot water! Oh yeah. Bye, dirt. Smell you later. The savvy among you have already noticed I'm not done caulking. I've got to finish the upper part there, and then I've got a couple of details to do down here on the floor. We have a lot of work left to do on this bathroom. It is far from done, but I wanted to get the main caulking done, get the shower installed, get the door installed, because the rest of this stuff I can kind of work on a little bit at a time. I can't even explain or convey how important it is that we be living in this house. We've got teen temperatures coming. Our RV is going to start struggling. We'll have to start burning wood, and pretty soon we're going to be kind of hunkered down for winter. And it's more important that we be in the house with the heat running and the RV is winterized and we're living comfortably in here. I can do little onesie-twosie projects inside, not a big deal. In fact, wouldn't you believe it, outside right now I think it's actually warmed up quite a bit, so it might not be as cold as it was, but tomorrow night is forecast to be down to I think 18 or 19 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised to see 14. That's probably cold enough to freeze our RV up. Send text message to Pookie Bear.
What do you want to say?
Dude, you gotta come check out the bathroom.
Ready to send it?
Yeah. What do you think?
Still looks amazing.
Wait, still? That's the first time you've seen it.
Jesse, a few days have passed since you shot that video.
Oh, that's the truth. Guys, she snuck a peek, and we may have already taken a very long hot
True
shower.
story. I had a headache for 2 days straight. I was drinking a lot of water, trying to relax and do all that stuff. And we took a 2-person shower for like half an hour. A long time because we have unlimited water.
Guys, you didn't hear that.
No guilt because Jesse got water that day. And my headache just vanished.
Right?
It's back tonight, so I might
No
prescribe myself
ibuprofen.
another shower. But
Yep.
yeah, this is incredible. And it's great because the water in the RV is frozen right now. It's been frozen for 3 days.
Yep.
But we just come in here to shower.
Who
We
cares?
come in here to get our hot water.
Yep.
And it's great.
So the secret behind this drooping thing you see here, guys, we kept this for 3 years in our storage unit. Actually, we've had it for like 5. And it's a dual shower. So water comes out here and water comes out there. And you guessed it, party in the bathtub.
And we were worried because we don't feel like we have the highest water pressure
Yep.
at the house. But so we were worried that the 2-person shower wasn't going to work very well. But it's
Yeah.
enough. It's enough pressure.
And the on-demand hot water heater is more than capable of producing plenty hot enough water for 2 people to shower at the same time.
Yes.
That's progress.
Huge life upgrade. We've waited 3 years.
Yeah. Guys, I'm winning brownie points. She's brave enough to come with me on this journey and patient enough to wait for this house to come together. And one little thingamajigger at a time, life is slowly getting better. But here's the thing. We have to get in this house. Like Alyssa said, our water's frozen and we don't really plan on fixing it. Although the temperatures are supposed to go back up.
Well, we're only sleeping in there.
Right.
And then I'm editing video in there because it's super
Right.
warm. And when I
It's her
edit
nest.
video, like I want my water, I want my chai.
Yep.
So aside from those 2 things, like we're doing our cooking in here, we're doing our eating in here, so we're
Yep.
very close. Like we're literally waiting for our bed and our appliances to arrive.
That's it. There's quite a bit of work to do to get ready to plug everything in and do all the things. Which brings me back to this bathroom. I still have a huge punch list. But I had to share with you her reaction, even if it was a few days ago.
But it,
Well, we're struggling the last couple of days to get things done. This project's kind of dragging on and on. But the good news is the shower's working. The bad news is the valve is backwards. And that's something we've got to get fixed. There's a lot of things to work on. But I think for right now, before dinner, I'm going to try to knock out one small to-do. Fix the valve. I know for sure by looking behind this wall that we plumbed the valve correctly. So I know that when we turn the handle, it should be cold, and then when you turn it around, it should be hot. But for some reason, it's backwards. And this is the fear we always have when we plumb stuff like this, is that we'll get the plumbing reversed. This diagram shows how you would plumb back-to-back shower valves. So you have this cold supply coming up and it's teed off. But if you think about it, this would be going into the cold supply of this valve and the hot supply of this valve. So this valve would be backwards. So what I'm trying to understand is, can we... Oh, here you go. So it says tab up, that would be normal, and then tab down would be the reversed valve. Cool, so we're not out of luck. So I think we need to take this apart and figure out how to get the valve turned tab down. There we go. That's going to be quite a little project. Oof, that's treacherous. Little screw behind the shower. That sounds about right, huh? I don't think we have to physically take the valve out. I think we just turn it over, like we just did. About like that, and that's it. So I'm pretty sure there's just a bunch of O-rings back there, and by a bunch I just mean a couple, that seal the valve, and I guess it matters about which way the water goes that makes it hot or cold. So I guess before we get the discussion and all that on there, we can just test this and see if we get hot water first or we get cold water first. Well, maybe. That's feeling pretty cold, so let's turn it all the way open. So that should be hot now. All right. We got ourselves a winner. That's hot. Super hot. So let's try cold. Oh yeah, that's nice and hot. So that's all the way open. So let's go back to off. And we'll just barely turn it on. Oh yeah, that's cold. Wow, that was way easier than I expected. I think we kind of got lucky on that one, guys, because I know you've all lived in a house where the faucets are hot and cold, but I guess that's actually not that hard to fix if you just move the water lines, right? Switch the water lines. But this is a shower, and the valve is behind that wall, and it's not exactly accessible. It's more accessible now than it will be when we sheetrock or plywood or whatever we do to that side. But let me just say that we're not going to get in there to replumb the water lines. So, wow, that's a pretty lucky deal. And I guess it makes sense because we plumbed the valve correctly based on the instructions. That's why I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? Sweet, it's time to get it back together. And then, I think our shower is working the way it's supposed to.